All right, this is what you want to buy right now. And I'm going to tell you why. You're going to want to watch this video. You're going to want to share it with your friends. Please like and please share. It's very important that you share it. There's something known as Ethereum. Let me tell you, Ethereum. Ethereum is why there is such a word as the blockchain. That's where the word blockchain came out of. Came out of a white paper written by Ethereum back in 2013. And I worked with the founders of Ethereum back in 2011. A whole 2 years before there was Ethereum, I was working with the founder of Ethereum. They were the founders of Bitcoin magazine, and Ethereum's secret name was called Small Planet. Small planet. Their goal was to make the planet small. The real founder of Ethereum isn't Vitalik Buterin. It's a guy called Matthew D. Wright, and I was hoping to find him and bring him to DevCon 5, UnDaoDu, DevCon 5. It's the fifth age of man. The whole world, small world, is built on blocks. If you look at the logo of FoundUps, you'll see the Mayan zodiac calendar. He is standing on blocks. That was a representation of the blockchain. And how Ethereum and Bitcoin differ is significantly. Don't think of Ethereum as a token of stored value, okay? Ethereum is not a token of stored value. Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is gold. Ethereum is not gold. Ethereum is software. Ethereum has led to a whole bunch of others, okay? I think Ethereum is a Netscape, to be honest with you. I don't think Ethereum is going to be around in 2005. I think no, they can't be around because it's very hard for them to change their code, to fork and everything else. That's one of the problems with decentralization. So, but with that said, now's the time to buy. And I'm going to talk about that. I've given you a background who I am. You can look on the internet, all my videos and talks. Right now, the price of Bitcoin is really low, 10,000. Definitely buy Bitcoin and also get Ethereum. Ethereum is really the number two. Ethereum is basically programmable Bitcoin, right? It's something known as smart contracts you can write on, and you can basically interact. Bitcoin is really just, something you can own and possess. You can't really write on, you can't write on the Bitcoin. You can't really do anything other than it is immutable, extremely finite. There's only going to be 17 million nuggets of Bitcoin, right? Those nuggets can be broken down into 10 decimal places, and the valuation of Bitcoin's going. I said, well, you're talking about Bitcoin, right? I'm just telling you, I got it, right? Ethereum, there isn't a cap. It's always being produced, right? I believe, right? It's like I should know this. And but that's not what you're buying is over 95% of everything is on Ethereum. They have the biggest market control. They have a visionary VC. Sahdu was his original name, but I won't go there. His name is you can follow him on Twitter. It's Ethereum Joseph. UnDaoDu, baby. Just love it. You're a disciple. Don't even know it. I am your prophet. He met me, and he came up with we interacted for 3 hours at DevCon 2, and I had a great time with Joe. And because of Joe's vision and ability and everything else, he's built a tremendous network in support of Ethereum. And there is a massive event coming. There's 5 entities coming are coming. I'm the 5th one, right? I'm kind of the new kid on the block. BlockFest and BlockFest.JP, right? BlockFest Japan is going to become a burning woman. Notice the similar, the hand behind her, the sun is coming up. Burning woman of basically social capitalism. BlockFest is coming out. The DANO is being born. The Bitcoin Global Reserve Fund is being established. And it's all happening at where? DevCon 5, which is the most important event in the crypto space. The most important event is happening here, just 2.5 hours from me in Osaka. UnDaoDu. So it's very important right now to buy. Why is Ethereum going down? Let me explain to you why Ethereum right now is tanking. 800,000 Ethereum was stolen by crypto RobinHoods who did a Ponzi scheme on the rich elite Chinese who were duped into spending $3 billion of their money that they ran off with. And now they're basically giving it to us. Steal from the rich, give to the poor, right? I'm poor. You're poor. Now is the time to buy. They're bringing down the price of cryptos, of Bitcoin, of Ethereum primarily, so you can buy it. So right now, you should be buying. Buy Ethereum. Buy Ethereum. As it's going down, buy. I'm buying. I just bought $10,000 worth yesterday. I'm going to buy more. Is that the moon? Shit, that's the moon up there. Look at that. UnDaoDu, 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 UnDaoDu. I got the moon and the sun. That's some like omen. Get the moon over me and the sun coming up. That is the alpha and the omega. Oh, that is so cool. The alpha and the omega is in this video. I'm trying to get it like really nice. UnDaoDu, 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 UnDaoDu. UnDaoDu, UnDaoDu, UnDaoDu. I wasn't planning to do my chanting, but I am, because I am excited and I am happy, and you should be too. There's going to be 5 events. There is the main event. That's DevCon, right? There's DevCon. Then there's off DevCon, which is the Russian mafia. It's their event coming in to make money off this event. So you got the event itself, which is the Ethereum guy, Horko. You got the mafia group coming in, right? Called off DevCon, right? They're copying my un-DevCon idea, right? And they're doing off DevCon. Un-XXX to un it. So they're my un. So they're the un. I wanted. Holy fucking shit. UnDaoDu moment. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So they're the un. They un. DevCon's been un. It's been offed. Off DevCon, off Broadway. Off is not a bad name. Un is better because it's one less letter. So, and I'm going to point UnXX to them and mask it. Holy shit. And I'm just going to say that it's UnXXX. I'll have everyone in my group and everything else, you know, so this is the UnXXX. That's cool. All right. That's awesome. All right. Then there is Osaka Blockchain Week. They're the local kids, you know, they're not really Ethereum. A lot of them aren't Ethereum guys, Bitcoin. They're actually, a lot of them are Bitcoin Cash, right? Those guys. So that's the Osaka Blockchain Week. Then there is Blockchain Week Japan, which is Korean or Chinese or something group coming in, some foreign group coming in. Again, trying to make advantage. And then there's the prophecy. The prophecy. The 5th one. The awakening of the sword that's going to slay, right? The alpha and the omega is awake in front of you right now, and that's BlockFest. And BlockFest is basically taking the best VIP events of all of them together, right? And that becomes the the events to go to. So all you need to do if you're going to DevCon, or if you're going there and you're like, what are the hottest events to go to? BlockFest. BlockFest is where you're going to go, and we're going to try to make it where each day is grouped We're going to rate it. These events are going to sell out. You won't get access to them. I'm redoing my entire ticketing system. We're completely, unlike if you go to off DEF CON or Osaka or anything else, try to like say whatever, right? Try to do whatever, right? Try to promote your event. I've been removed from all of those events, right? First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you. So this is what I have to say to the events that are out there. You can't ignore me, because I am the Sahdu of the blockchain. I am the Alpha and the Omega. And I am here to usher in social capitalism. As prophesized by UnDaoDu 6,000 years ago. And my awakening was prophesied in 2012. My awakening was prophesied. The UnDaoDu will come in, and now the logo truly means I am standing up. I am standing up. And I'm ushering in social capitalism. So buy Ethereum now. Don't mess up. Get it for yourself and unload it. Right? When you make a profit, it's going to go maybe to 400. Who knows? You want to unload it once it goes up to, and then you want to buy Bitcoin. Buy a bunch of Ethereum. It's cheap. It's going to go up. You're going to sell when it gets to time X 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. Just sell 10%. Keep selling 10%. Okay? And then take that 10% and put it into Bitcoin. All right? So don't mess up. Don't lose this opportunity. The reason it's going down is that unloading of Ethereum. 800,000 Ethereum is being tanked. So I'm buying, and you should be too. UnDaoDu, to you and yours, from the Sahdu of the blockchain, also known as the reincarnation of UnDaoDu, prophesized to return in 2012, to be awoken, right? Not to be born, to become awoken. And I've got talks on that, to become aware. And the mother of social capitalism, the true father of the Tao, UnDaoDu, UnDaoDu, to you and yours.